Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the English Daily Book Summary YouTube channel. In order to not stop learning, listen to an English book summary every day for free.
Pádraig Ó Chéadaoig, The Purposeful Decision Maker. A guide to making great decisions in life and business. We make decisions every day, some small, like what to eat for breakfast, and others life-changing, like whether to take a bold career leap. But how often do we stop to consider how we actually make those choices? With a little help, we can all start to dig into the art of making decisions with clarity and confidence. Drawing from real-life business experiences and personal challenges, The Purposeful Decision Maker reveals how purposeful decision-making can lead to meaningful success. It's not just about weighing pros and cons, it's about aligning every choice with your deeper purpose and principles. So, whether you're navigating a tough career move or simply choosing which project to prioritize, this blink will offer a practical framework to help you stay focused, confident, and resilient. Ready to sharpen your decision-making and build a life of purpose? Then, let's dive in. Starting from a safe harbor. At the core of purposeful decision-making is the ability to make intentional, meaningful choices by focusing on two interconnected concepts: your safe harbor and your boundaries. Together, these ideas provide the foundation and framework for thoughtful decisions, offering clarity and alignment in an often chaotic world. Your safe harbor serves as your anchor, a stabilizing force composed of the people, places, principles, and purpose that ground you. These are the elements that protect and energize you, offering guidance in uncertain times. Each decision should be evaluated through the lens of its impact on this core foundation. Who can you rely on? What values shape your life? Where do you find sanctuary? And most critically, what is your driving purpose? Your why? Safeguarding your safe harbor requires setting clear boundaries. Without them, the very elements that support and sustain you can become vulnerable to external pressures. Boundaries protect your time, energy, and focus while creating space for intentional growth. However, having a safe harbor doesn't mean living in still waters. Life will inevitably test your principles and push you to make bold moves that may shake your foundation. For example, deciding to remortgage your home to pursue a lifelong dream can feel risky and unsettling. Yet, when you truly understand and nurture your safe harbor, you're better equipped to face such challenges with confidence and resilience, staying aligned with your long-term goals. Research shows that successful individuals maintain a healthy balance between generosity and assertiveness. They give thoughtfully, but avoid overextending themselves. This balance keeps them operating within their stretch zone, a space where learning and progress thrive, without crossing into the stress zone, which can lead to burnout. Failing to set clear boundaries, whether in professional or personal relationships, can open the door to regret, exhaustion, and diminished well-being. Strong boundaries also encourage growth, helping you meet challenges while staying tethered to your core values. When life throws unexpected challenges, a failed business venture, a lost contract, or a significant setback, boundaries act as a reminder of your true identity. You are not defined by your job, successes, or failures. Instead, the stability of your safe harbor ensures that you can recover, reassess, and make decisions that reflect your authentic self. Finally, it's crucial to regularly reflect on your safe harbor. Ask yourself, who and what truly matters? Are your choices supporting your values and purpose? Examine your boundaries as well. Are they strong enough to protect what's important, but flexible enough to allow growth? Decision-making isn't just about picking a path. It's about choosing one that leads you closer to the life you want to live. Avoiding bias and staying purposeful. Effective decision-making starts with a clear understanding of how biases influence our choices and the importance of using structured processes to gain clarity. The author highlights the role of metacognition, or reflecting on your own thought patterns, as a tool for recognizing and addressing these biases. While some biases, like favoring healthy choices, can be beneficial, others, such as stereotyping or favoring familiar ideas, can limit perspective and lead to flawed decisions. Bias isn't inherently negative, but unchecked, it can distort the way we interpret information and evaluate choices. By examining your past choices and uncovering patterns like confirmation bias, seeking evidence to support existing beliefs, or the sunk cost fallacy, persisting with failing ventures out of emotional attachment, you can begin to challenge and overcome these tendencies. The decision-making process becomes more intentional when it follows a structured framework like the decision-making funnel. This method involves categorizing data, financial, competitive, personal, or otherwise, and filtering out irrelevant or unreliable information. At the same time, it requires acknowledging biases and agendas, both your own and those of any other stakeholders. Let's say you want to evaluate a potential business acquisition. This would involve balancing outside advice from trusted peers with internal reflection and asking the fundamental question, what is this for? This simple but profound query serves as a reminder to align decisions with both immediate objectives and long-term values. It's not just about what you gain, but how the choice fits into the broader context of your life and priorities. Remember, every meaningful decision ultimately boils down to two essential questions. What do you want to achieve, and why? Answering these requires stepping back to see the bigger picture. Purpose plays a central role, not just the overarching purpose of your life, but the specific purpose behind each choice. Stress can make this harder by skewing perspective, often making people overly optimistic or inclined to take unnecessary risks. Research shows that stress can lead us to focus more on potential gains than on possible downsides. The antidote lies in revisiting past decisions to analyze how clarity of purpose, or lack thereof, influenced outcomes. By reflecting on past choices and applying these insights to current dilemmas, you build a stronger foundation for purposeful decision-making. Honing intuition and learning from mistakes. Decision-making is rarely straightforward. Even the best-laid plans, guided by seasoned advisors or supported by seemingly flawless analysis, can unravel. Mistakes happen, whether due to poor advice, overlooked steps, or sheer bad luck. The key isn't to avoid failure entirely, but to embrace it as a powerful teacher. When reflecting on a bad decision, ask yourself the tough questions. Were biases at play? Was the advice sound? Did you question the purpose behind the decision enough? Revisiting these moments with honesty reveals valuable lessons that prepare you for the next challenge. Yet, not every decision hinges on logic and analysis. Sometimes our gut instincts weigh more heavily than any spreadsheet or strategy. Think of athletes who seem to be in the right place at the right time, making split-second choices that can feel almost like fate. That intuition isn't random. It's a skill honed over time, shaped by repeated experiences and interactions. Similarly, our instincts evolve as we navigate relationships, face challenges, and learn from the world around us. However, in today's increasingly remote world, reduced face-to-face interaction can weaken this intuitive sense, underscoring the need to intentionally foster trust and genuine connections whenever possible. There are also decisions where logic and analysis simply fall short. Over-analyzing can lead to paralysis, particularly in situations with too many variables or options. This paradox of choice leaves people overwhelmed, making it harder to land on a satisfying outcome. In such cases, gut feelings can cut through the noise, offering clarity when there's no clear formula to follow. While instincts aren't foolproof, novices, for instance, may lack the experience needed to make sound instinctive choices, they're a vital tool when paired with thoughtful reflection and analysis. Improving decision-making requires intentionally reflecting on both successes and failures. One powerful tool for this is double-loop learning, a process that goes beyond simply correcting mistakes. Instead, it challenges you to examine and adjust the underlying assumptions that drive your decisions. This deeper level of reflection not only refines strategies, but can also spark transformative breakthroughs by rethinking the entire system guiding your choices. Learning extends beyond your own personal experiences too. Inspiration often comes from unexpected places. Henry Ford, for example, revolutionized manufacturing by adapting the assembly line concept after observing operations in a slaughterhouse. Similarly, exploring ideas from other industries than your own can fuel innovative thinking. And when inevitable crises arise, preparation becomes your greatest asset. While planning ahead won't prevent emergencies, it can significantly reduce their impact. Just as airlines rely on contingency plans to handle unexpected events, having well-thought-out strategies in place allows for swift and effective responses. Ultimately, revolutionizing your decisions comes down to a mix of reflection, intuition, and foresight. By questioning assumptions, embracing failure, and looking both inward and outward for lessons, you create a decision-making framework that evolves with every experience. This approach turns setbacks into stepping stones, guiding you toward more thoughtful, resilient choices in both life and business. Risks and blind spots. Risk is an inevitable part of decision-making, but managing it thoughtfully can make all the difference. One effective strategy is to maximize options. Having more choices at your disposal can reduce the pressure of any single decision. Tools like sensitivity analysis can help you prepare for various what-if scenarios, ensuring you're ready to pivot when circumstances change. Another helpful approach is visualizing risks through tools like a risk heat map. By charting potential risks based on their likelihood and severity, you can better understand the challenges ahead and protect your foundational priorities. For example, understanding the standard deviation of the S&P 500 gives investors a clear sense of market volatility and helps them choose risks aligned with their tolerance levels. This kind of clarity keeps your objectives in focus and your decisions aligned with your goals. At the core of effective risk management is a clear sense of purpose. Every decision should begin with understanding what you want to achieve and why it matters. Tools like the Johari window can help identify factors you know, those you don't, and those hidden in blind spots. Another effective method is conducting a pre-mortem, imagining the worst-case scenario before making a decision. This exercise helps uncover risks you might otherwise overlook and ensures you're prepared for unexpected challenges. Even when things are looking good, bad things can happen if you're not paying full attention and heeding the warning signs. Take the example of Air Iran, which spent years dominating a route from Cork to Dublin without anticipating Ryanair's aggressive competition. Ryanair's low prices and marketing strategies completely undercut Air Iran's plans, showing how blind spots, things others see but you don't, can derail even the most solid plans. At the same time, Ryanair's response during COVID-19 showed remarkable foresight. By negotiating pay cuts instead of mass layoffs, they avoided the chaos other airlines faced and remained ready to restart when travel demand rebounded. Ultimately, managing risk isn't about eliminating uncertainty. It's about understanding your limits, learning from every experience, and making decisions with a clear sense of purpose. By blending preparation, foresight, and thoughtful reflection, you can embrace risk as an opportunity for growth rather than a threat to avoid. Think like an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurial thinking revolves around spotting opportunities hidden within problems. Challenges and stress points often signal unmet needs waiting to be addressed. The bigger the problem, the bigger the potential reward. But pursuing these opportunities requires stepping out of your comfort zone and embracing uncertainty. This mindset is like answering a personal call to adventure, where risk becomes an essential ingredient for growth. Adaptability is equally essential. Entrepreneurs thrive by seeking real-time feedback to adjust quickly. For example, the author monitored the success of his Irish-language newspaper, Fuans, by analyzing ad revenue in real time. Similarly, in his airline business, he tracked passenger load factors to gauge performance, creating a feedback loop that enabled swift, strategic adjustments. Simplicity is another cornerstone of entrepreneurial success. In a world often overwhelmed by complexity, streamlining processes can provide clarity and adaptability. The author took this advice when he stopped trying to be everything to everyone and honed his airline's focus exclusively on regional flights. This ensured a clear, efficient business model. It's about prioritizing what truly matters while cutting out unnecessary complications. Building the right team is just as critical. While growing Air Aran, O. Tsedig carefully selected board members with diverse yet complementary skills, people who would challenge his thinking and strengthen decision-making. Surrounding yourself with people who can expand your perspective rather than simply agreeing with you fosters better decisions. Group decision-making also plays a vital role, especially in high-stakes situations. Successful teams thrive on psychological safety, diversity of thought, and a shared sense of purpose. Without these, hierarchies or fear of speaking up can stifle creativity and lead to groupthink. Research confirms that teams with diverse perspectives and a safe, inclusive environment solve problems more effectively and foster innovation. Encouraging openness and valuing different viewpoints are key to unlocking a group's full potential. Creating this dynamic starts with assembling members with relevant skills and building a culture of trust and respect. When team members feel heard and valued, they're more likely to engage actively and contribute their best ideas. Leaders play a crucial role in creating this culture by setting clear goals, roles, and expectations. Conversely, behaviors like bullying or dismissiveness can erode trust, stifle creativity, and lead to disengagement. Encouraging constructive dissent rather than viewing disagreement as combative ensures stronger, more informed decisions. Ultimately, whether approaching decisions as an individual or within a group, clarity, inclusivity, and a willingness to adapt are the foundation of success. By embracing these principles, you can navigate uncertainty, solve complex problems, and seize opportunities with confidence. The main takeaway from this blink to The Purposeful Decision Maker by Piedraig O. Tsedig is that with the right tools and mindset, anyone can make more intentional and impactful decisions in both life and business. Central to this process is self-awareness, understanding your core purpose and clarifying what you want to achieve and why. Reflecting on past decisions, recognizing and addressing biases, and learning from both successes and failures are essential steps toward better judgment. Balancing instinct with structured analysis and sharpening intuition through experience leads to more effective decision-making. Practical tools like risk heat maps, sensitivity analysis, and double-loop learning further support informed, thoughtful choices. Ultimately, purposeful decision-making is about embracing uncertainty, staying grounded in your values, and continuously learning and growing to achieve lasting success. Okay, that's it for this blink. We hope you enjoyed it. If you can, please take the time to leave us a rating. We always appreciate your feedback. See you in the next blink.